So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. And what am I doing clanging around here today? Well, we're going to wind down with the Guardian grid here, obviously. We're going to do the quick crossword as usual. It's a Monday through Saturday thing. Sunday's the day off from the Guardian, which is quite nice, I suppose. But I made a Negroni. I was driving home and I said, I need a Negroni. The Negroni is what I'm having today. There's wine-ish stuff in it, and I figure I can wind down with a Negroni. But it was just on my mind. I couldn't believe it. I had read an article that said that Alton Brown's favorite drink was a Boulevardier. And then I thought, but I like them too, but if I'm going to have a Boulevardier, I might as well have a Manhattan, right? I mean, essentially. So I'm like, no, but I really like the Negroni. So instead of putting the rye in, put the gin in. And it's an amazingly delicious drink. It's so wonderful on the palate. It's so wonderful on your nose. I love Hendrick's gin, and you'll see it's so frosty in the video here because, yes, it came right out of the freezer, right, along with the vodka and the tequila, right? That's what I keep in the freezer. And, of course, the vermouth, the sweet vermouth is kept in the fridge. As soon as I open a sweet vermouth, I always put it in the fridge. In fact, when I buy it, I just put it in the fridge before I even open it because I like it cold. There's very few drinks where I'm going to need it room temperature or warm, right? So, but it keeps it that way. Your vermouth will last longer. And, of course, the Campari is just a gorgeous bottle. You just leave that on your liquor cabinet. It seems to work for me just fine. But what a fabulous drink. I just love this so much. It is nothing but herbs and beautiful, bitter deliciousness on the nose and on the palate. And I haven't eaten yet. And what I like about a cocktail, even more so than wine, is if I'm used to eating around 3 or 4, but now we're pushing 5 o'clock or something like this because the day got away from me or what have you. I find if I have a cocktail, if I'm hungry, I'm not really that hungry anymore after I had the cocktail, right? So there's something fabulous to be said for it. So the Negroni, make one. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. Wonderful. Okay, so get ourselves situated here. Okay, we have quick crossword number 17057 here, and this should be fun, I think. I never know. On rare occasions when I'm in rare form, I get a W. Mostly I get a lesson in something. So, tablecloth at 6. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. Cloth could be plural, I think, right? I mean, members of the cloth kind of thing. I have no idea. I mean, this could be linens for all I know, so I just don't know. Improvised music, ramen, ingredient. This is where it's so nice to be a musician or to be somehow related to a field that you're being asked. You're given a clue and expected to return an answer. And I think this is to noodle, I think. And I could be way wrong, but which wouldn't be surprising, would it? So maybe a napkin. And so we have Saint at the pearly gates, and oh, sure. And the gravamen of how many jokes, all right? Very active, 232, maybe on the go. Oh, no. Christopher, you got to remember, type through it. You're not in the New York Times. So freezing, 3 and 4. Okay, this could be ice cold. And familiar name for Handel's Ombre Ma Fu from Zerzé. And I think this is Largo. Oh, I could be so wrong on that, though. I do not feel comfortable with that at all. And I love Handel's music. It's so happy. It is happy music. So wool gathering. Okay. What makes the heart grow fonder is absence. But now I have to ask myself the question, do y'all spell it with a C or an S? Because I don't recall. Period preceding an event at 3 and 2. We got this in here, so I'm going to go with maybe a run-up. Praise God. drinker's motivation, maybe a thirst. You know, it seems like we just kind of, so far we got kind of an easy going Monday, but I have discovered you can never guess what kind of day you're going to get. Knot and color, sort of fabric, and I think my parents were rather hippie when I was a kid, and I know I had some tie-dye diapers for a while there. Chilly at 5, so maybe nippy. So I guess our praise God is Hosanna, which I'm really going back to the Hebrew now, which is really cool, but really cool. I'm loving it. So wool gathering. I don't think I'm going to know that one. I don't think I know anything about wool gathering. Even if it's not something that's limited to the United Kingdom as far as usage is concerned, I still don't know that I'm going to be able to work through that one. I don't know anything about it. Saved money at 4 and 3. I don't know. Military unit. I guess we could put a squad in there. We could put a troop. I don't know if we have... I can't remember if it was a troop or a squadron in the Royal Wessex Yeomanry when I was in the UK. I can't remember. I don't know. Tree with yellow or white flowers. Okay, there's number 2 is gonna get me. Dining hall or water flask. Okay, this I think we can work with. We'll probably do something with a canteen. Let's see if this helps us at all whatsoever. Pour water on maybe to rinse. Get even for it. 6. Oh, maybe avenge. So, okay, saved money could be a nest egg. Yeah, but now what is this? Military unit at 5. Maybe a corps? Didn't even think of that a while ago. So, face... sanction or approve. Oh, okay. Connubial. I guess maybe marital. Bounder. A bounder. The Acropolis, for example, at 7. Okay, so I could probably get a citadel in here. Experiencing dizziness. Bounder. Connubial. Yeah, I'm going to put marital in here. I mean, by definition, right? Practitioner of music or sport. Perhaps we're looking for a player. So I guess this could be giddy. So a bounder. If that's a G. One among those you might put out when curious. Maybe a feeler. So a bounder. I mean, all I can think of a scamp, a cad, a cur. Douchebag would fit. Maybe a rogue. Okay. If I just talk to myself long enough, maybe I'll get somewhere with it. So yeah, I think maybe giddy is the word I'm looking for there. I don't know. All right, wool gathering. I don't have anything to work on at all. Man, my phone keeps going off left and right. Leave me alone, people. Wool gathering. So wool gathering is when you're like daydreaming. Got it. Okay. I have to, it's as if I'm thinking in a different language on purpose so that I can remember what I'm doing. I mean, this is very, very British, this term, daydream, wool gathering. And it's like if I were, when I'm doing crosswords in German, right, you know, I have to like, okay, now how would I say that? You know, like first I have to translate what I'm seeing for the clue, and then I have to somehow translate in my head how I can answer that. It can be work. Okay, so face, sanction or approve. Oh my God, would you please stop it? Gosh, I guess I'm gonna turn my freaking phone off. I don't know how sanction or approve would work with this at all. But if I'm talking about a face, then I could say a countenance. But I don't feel comfortable with it because I don't know how that's a sanction or approve countenance. If this is even right, would you let me know? All right, let's go up here. Here we have some tree with yellow or white flowers. I don't think there's any point in me staring any longer at this. Go ahead and just check what I've got in here now and take the punch in the mouth on this one. It's okay though, it's okay. I'm learning every single time we do this. Check all. All right. Well, okay, so countenance is right. I think so. It looks like I've gotten everything where I need it to be, but I'm going to go ahead and reveal this. And I know whatever the answer is, my wife, who is in Texas right now, is probably watching this going, come on, it's a blank, right? You know, or something. And nope, never heard of it before in my life. I mean, I've heard of acacia, but I think with a CEA, I don't even know if it's the same thing. Something for colds and flus, I'm not quite sure. But we're gonna definitely have to set this down. So I gotta figure out what an acacia is. And I also need to figure out how countenance plays to approval and the approve or sanction. So, you know, interesting enough. So, our collective friend Sean, a member of this community for some time now, posed a question to me recently. Wanted to know, he'd asked me to watch Fargo, which I did, and I was thunderclapped by it. No question, thunderclapped would be the correct term. I was giddy over the movie. And in fact, my kleine deutsche Mutti, my little German mother, even caught into that, right? And I think she had commented yesterday on the New York Times Sunday grid. We didn't have one of these, but she was just saying, you know, oh my God, I wanted to turn it off, but I was so sucked in. Like, it's just one of those movies I really wish I'd watched when I was younger. But Sean asked me my 5 favorite movies, or for my top movies, and I just gave 5 just because I didn't have a limit. I just keep writing for days. But what an interesting thing. And I really would like to know of our viewers out here, leave me a note in the comment. Maybe this is something we could talk about at some point. Maybe something off the puzzle necessarily, but you know, more on maybe kind of a separate type of event that we could just discuss the things that motivate us to do crosswords, etc. What are the pieces of art in society that we really dig, and so on and so forth. So if you've got a couple of movies, you know, 5, 6 movies that you think are just tops, share them with me. We'll see if we have anything in common with that. Otherwise, maybe I'll just be building me a list of movies to watch, right? So that would be awesomeness. So that said, out with the old, in with the new. And until we see you next time, I still can't believe acacia. I mean, I don't know how, if you got that right, definitely let me know that too. And tell me how you knew it. That'd be awesome. But until we see you next time, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, servus, grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin. Be great to yourselves, be amazing to your neighbors, but be phenomenal to the fellow behind you in the queue. Be well out there. Take care as we move on.